Good. Hello, welcome to Only Go Wrestling Q&A. I'm here with the 80s team. My name is Jason Hell. This is Joey Money and Petey Noxious. How are you guys feeling tonight?
Pretty good. We're energetic here. We're here in Lebanon. Black Friday show is always very exciting here.
So how long has the 80 teams been together?
Since 2011, wasn't
I
it?
think it was 2010, I believe.
November 2010?
I think the very first time was November 5th, if I do believe.
Okay.
That's where we wrestled Jimmy Superfly Snuka in Lewistown, Pennsylvania.
So this is now our 5-year anniversary, basically.
Basically, yeah.
5 years.
So how did you guys think of the name the 80s team?
Jimmy Snuka did a promo on us, talking about bringing the old school. So we decided that we were gonna, bring the old school to him and come out as that 80s team. And it kind of stuck. Fans enjoyed it, so we just kept rolling with it. They have that chemistry, Sometimes you work with people and you have a good chemistry and you just kind of keep it going. I mean, don't you agree?
Yeah. I think like it. I don't want to say it started necessarily as a joke, but it just kind of was like almost like a sarcastic type thing, and it just kind of stuck, and we went with it.
So what's the pros and cons of being a tag team?
I think the pros are that there seems to be, I wouldn't say lack of tag teams on the independent scene, but there's not a lot of guys that really match up. There's guys that are put together sometimes, on a show to team. But as far as what we do, we only work usually with each other. Like we're not doing singles most of the time. I mean, if somebody wants it, we can't make a show. It happens. But we're actually a package deal for the most part. I mean, when he comes out by himself, he's still that 80s team member, Petey Noxious. When I come out by myself, I'm still that 80s team member, Joey Money. So I think that's a big pro.
I think another pro is once you're with somebody for so long, like tag teaming with them, weekend in and weekend out, you almost can read each other's mind. You have that bond. Not like necessarily just in the ring, just like on the road too.
Yeah, you always have somebody there to watch your back. It's almost like having your brother with you, at all times. Every show you go to, you got a brother there. Everybody's kind of a brotherhood in the locker room anyway, but it just adds that little extra security that you guys work well together, you mesh well together, and you're gonna usually have no problem tearing down the house together.
So who's been some of your most physical tag teams you've been in the ring with?
Most physical, I'd say Sean Carr and Cage.
Car Cage, Zero Tolerance. Zero Tolerance is pretty physical.
Dox Hogg and Tommy Golden. We've been in the ring with a few others, but I think those guys kind of stick out as physical to us. I mean, of course, we've worked with Rob Noxious and a few other people. That's a little bit more excruciating. But I think as far as like a low down wrestling style, it's got to be those guys that we name, kind of just tearing the house down.
So during your tag team career, how many titles have you guys won, and what was your favorite tag team title?
I think we're in the double digits now. I don't know, it might be like 12 or 13 or something around there. We'd have to go back and kind of watch and really look up stuff at this point. I mean, I don't know if there's really a favorite. I mean, there's favorite moments that maybe we've had winning the titles, but I don't know if we can really say one title's like better than the other, because they're all kind of, they're all valuable moments to us. But, there's some moments that kind of stick out. I think when we beat Zero Tolerance here a couple years ago, that was a pretty big deal because that was our first title here as tag team champions. But I mean, just winning ACW titles, we've won probably 3 or 4 times now too. Tomorrow night we're going to wrestle for the LCW tag team titles as well. So there's always moments where you're just excited about the match, excited about the crowd. It's not really so much about that championship sometimes as much as it is the experience that night brings you.
Outside of pro wrestling, what do you guys like to do for fun?
Well, I wouldn't say I have, a whole lot of fun, but I really enjoy my job, my real career. I'm a barber, but yeah, I enjoy that.
I'm a movie guy. I love to watch movies. Love to watch old wrestling as well, like stuff from the '80s, of course. Believe it or not. I've been really watching a lot of the WTPS right now. That's on the network that just came on. I don't know if you saw that, but they got the TBS shows. But I just watch things like that. Like I look for like little gems out there that maybe I can kind of learn from. I mean, that's kind of what I like to do for fun. Boring, huh?
Yeah, it's a life. So who would be the dream tag team opponent you'd like to wrestle?
That's a tough one. I don't know.
What's yours? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we're talking past or present,
Anybody.
dead or alive.
Anybody.
I don't know. I mean, we got to wrestle one of the Rockers, but I think wrestling the Rockers themselves, the original Rockers, would be awesome. Midnight Express.
I'm definitely a Heart Foundation kind of guy. So.
Yeah, the Heart Foundation would be great.
Yeah.
Just trying to think off the top of my head here too. The Rock and Roll Express. They're still working. I mean, that would be great. I think that's been talked about a few times. It's just scheduling.
I think
sometimes.
I think who would be great to wrestle? Killer Bees.
The Killer Bees.
The Killer Bees.
Yeah. Who would you like to see us wrestle?
Anybody really. I mean,
what was your favorite?
My favorite tag team probably Legion of Doom.
Okay. Who was your favorite '80s team match that you
I
saw?
don't remember. I grew up during the '90s, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, our match. What's your favorite '80s team match?
I've seen you guys wrestle the MOB. That's the only tag team I really remember.
That's what we're wrestling tomorrow night. Yep.
Should be a good match.
Yeah, that was a good match last time. You're talking about the Lancaster one?
Yeah.
Yep. That was a good match. And tomorrow night, now it's for the belts. Now it's important. Now it's, the real deal. So tomorrow night, when we step in the ring with them, one of the teams is going to be walking out, the new LCW Tag Champions, who's, I don't know, that they've been vacant for almost a year now, right?
I think so.
Probably about 7-8 months. So, you're going to have the first tag team champions in a long time, and it's going to be either that '80s team, which I strongly believe it's going to be that '80s team. There's a small chance that maybe Mom might pull something out, but tomorrow night, you have to see. You coming tomorrow night?
Yep.
All right.
So if they made a movie about the '80s team, what actors could play you, and what would the title be?
I don't know. I think the guy that would play me would have to be Emilio Estevez.
If he was alive, I'd see Philip Seymour Hoffman.
What are you playing?
He played in Hunger Games. He was in Along Came Polly. He's more known for like Independent or Jack Black.
Okay. I've actually been told by some fans that I look like Jack Black before when I had long hair, so I could see that. I could see that. What about you?
Emilio! I think I don't know. I'd probably say maybe Seth Rogen or something.
I could see it.
I would like to say
or Jonah Hill a little bit.
Yeah, maybe Jonah Hill. Yeah, I can see that.
So Emilio Estevez and Jonah Hill as that '80s team. I don't know what the title of the movie would be called. I don't know. What would you call it?
I'd call it the '80s team.
That '80s team.
The birth of the '80s team.
That '80s team. Excellent Adventure.
That sounds good.
Good.
So if you had any advice for someone pursuing a wrestling career, what would they be?
Hard work, dedication. Be ready to work hard, and know what you want out of it. If you want to be at an independent level and that's it, know that going in. If you want to be at a higher level, you got to know that too. You got to know where you want to be, because a lot of guys spin their wheels and they don't know where they want to go. But sometimes that can change throughout your career too. I know when I started, I wanted to be, the WrestleMania guy. But then as I got older, I kind of saw, wait a minute, the independents kind of look kind of cool too. A lot of guys leave the bigger leagues to come to the independents. Plus you have that freedom to just go and do whatever you want. You can go work here, work there, whatever.
I would say another thing is definitely training. Definitely do some research into where you're training at, and never think that you're done training. Because you can always learn something new. Like even after years and years, you can always learn something new, just something little to just get your game on point.
I have a wrestling 15 years, and I still go to seminars. I still go up and train at Fort Knox every once in a while too. You never stop learning, because I mean, honestly, there's like little things that you pick up. Business changes too. You know, like look at education. You gotta do, if you're a teacher, you gotta do continued education every year to keep your certificate. So I mean, that kind of stuff adds up.
Live.
No, it's not live. It's recorded.
So where can you guys find out more information about the 80s team?
You can like us on Facebook, that 80s team, Twitter as well, at that 80s team. We keep the name pretty standard all the way through, so if you're just searching that 80s team, you'll find it.
So this concludes the interview with the 80s team. My name is Jason Hevel, On To Go Wrestling Q&A. You can find me on Facebook.com, QA Wrestling, YouTube, The Indie Wrestling Fan. You got any closing words?
Really, we're just getting ready to go tear it down tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, and check me out for more upcoming videos.